This is Martha Chapman, and I'm back with some more good food for your eyes, for your ears, and for your soul. Leaving a situation doesn't mean it's a negative outcome. I'm going to tell you about a situation where you have two women, one mother-in-law. The mother-in-law is Naomi. She has two daughter-in-laws that are now widows because unfortunately her sons are no longer here. So she gives the option to Oprah and she gives the option to Ruth. Go ahead and leave. This situation is docile. Go back to your hometown and I wish you well. And Oprah hears Naomi, says okay. Oprah leaves. Ruth, on the other hand, says, no, I'm not going to leave you. She goes with her mother-in-law into a foreign land with no expectation. Question: is either woman in this scenario wrong? No. Because Oprah leaves with hope in her future. She's not knowing what's ahead. That's honestly left to the reader because the writer never follows Oprah. So we don't know what happened to Oprah, what was made in her future when she left. That's left for the reader to use your imaginary thoughts and write Oprah's story. Because she's never mentioned again. She just leaves. Ruth, on the other hand, goes with her mother-in-law, Naomi, into this foreign land. Now, at the time, there's no account set up for Ruth. There's no saving, there's no checking, there's no 401, none of that in those days. She's literally going with her mother-in-law into a foreign land because she doesn't want to leave her. It wasn't her mother-in-law's fault that her son passed. It wasn't her mother-in-law's fault that she was in this situation. And Ruth found favor and just enduring with her mother-in-law. They go to this place. Ruth finds work. She finds work. She's working in the field with no expectation. And she draws the attention of the wealthiest man that owns the land. And he tells his staff, make sure she gets extra grain and make sure that she doesn't work so hard. And eventually, Boaz, who is a wealthy man, marries Ruth. Here's a situation that's very bleak. And God does exceedingly above all what either Naomi or Ruth could ever imagine. What's your situation? Two women, two outcomes. Either women are not wrong or right, but they make a decision. Either way, God is going to be God because God never works against us. God works for us. But God did more for Ruth because she didn't just think about herself. She thought about someone that she did not want to take that load by herself. And God honored it. Sometimes, in a bleak situation, God wants the situation to be bleak. So when he turns the situation around in abundance, nobody will question that was the hand of God. God found favor in Ruth's obedience to follow her mother-in-law. Her mother-in-law was an elder. Her mother-in-law was old in age. How was she going to survive? But when one removes themselves out of the way and puts someone else in a position to be blessed by the efforts that one is doing, God honors that. God blessed Ruth. So we know the outcome of Ruth's story. The writer followed her. Why did the writer follow Ruth and didn't follow Oprah? I don't know. Maybe they had an inkling that it was more to the story by Ruth following versus just, I'm out, I'm gone. I'm going to see what's going to happen on this side. And there's no judgment in that. We wish Oprah the best because it wasn't her fault that her husband passed. But we know that Ruth found favor in Boaz's sight. And that story is happily ever after. So may this story bless you in a way that a decision, you're going to have to make it. One always has to make decisions. Decisions are made every day, correct? But be wise in your decision and be accepting in your decision. Either way, God is with you and God always works. In peculiar ways, well, we'll know that only God could do it. So be blessed by this word. And may it encourage you. And may it inspire you to stay true to you. And ultimately, God will continue to bless. So be blessed by this word. Please share it with 10 family members or friends. Please subscribe to my channel. But until next time, keep shining.